Maybelline makes some of the best products, and some of this I would never buy again. If you've tried out these products from Maybelline and then decided to call it quits with this brand, wait, because the best is yet to come. In this video, we are dissecting the best and worst products from Maybelline and what are the products you should get and what you should completely avoid and save your money with. Now, coming to base products, what I absolutely love are their primers, and especially these two primers. This one is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Primer. I absolutely love both of this. So the Dewy and Smooth works really well if you have dry skin. It is pretty hydrating, and I have emptied this complete tube of it. And this Matte and Poreless primer is really nice if you have oily skin, if you have a lot of pores and you want it to control the oil. It does work all over your face as well. It's not like other primers where it has too much of that silicone texture where you can't use it for the rest of your face. You can do so all over your face. I have used this one all over my face and this one on the T-zone, and I absolutely love it. With that being said, this one from Maybelline, the Master Prime Base Blur Plus Smooth Primer, I would absolutely skip. I don't really like it. It's a decent primer. There's nothing too great about it, and those primers are pretty much enough for this. Now, moving on to their foundation, like their base products. I know some people absolutely love Maybelline products like their base and they find it to be super nice, but for me, unfortunately, I haven't found a Maybelline foundation that works out really well for my skin type. This Maybelline Super Stay 30-hour Lumi-Matte foundation works for you if you have oily skin, you live in humid climates. Now, if you have normal to dry skin and you're someone who works a lot in like an air-conditioned environment, this is too heavy, it's too cakey, and it will just look so matte and powdery on your skin. And every single time, no matter how I prep my skin, this just pulls too heavy on my skin. And even if I just use a tiny amount of it, just one pump of it, it's just not something I absolutely love or enjoy using. But I know a lot of people really like it. I've seen this work for a lot of people, just not for my skin type, which is normal to dry skin. And the same thing goes with the Matte and Poreless foundation. This time I got the shade 312. I used to be the shade 310, but I found it to be a little bit too peachy for my skin tone. But I couldn't get to use this because I got this from Tira Beauty and it's expired, you guys. They've sent me an expired product and I'm trying my best to get my to reach the customer support, but they just don't respond the right way, and I'm still stuck with this expired foundation. But I have tried this in the past, and again I found this to be a little bit too powdery, too cakey on my skin, and it just looks like it's sitting on top of my skin. So I've never liked these two foundations. So the BB cream, on the other hand, is a little bit lightweight. It just blends into your skin really well. It's not something that's very dewy. So again, if you have normal skin, very textured skin, a lot of dry patches, you wouldn't like it. If you have normal to sort of combination oily skin type, you would really like it. And most of Maybelline products are catered towards like very hot weather conditions and oily combination oily skin type, so you would really like it. But I don't have a good shade match in this as well. I got the shade 55, which is too light for my skin tone, and that is one of the reasons I don't reach out for this one as much. On the other hand, Maybelline makes some of the best powders. All of their pressed powders are so good. Their loose powder, the Maybelline Fit Me loose powder, is one of the best loose powders available in the market. Especially if you have combination oily skin type, you would really like this one. And also their powder foundation. I like this over so many powder foundations I have tried out, and it's not too cakey, not too heavy. Unlike Maybelline products, it feels like second skin, and it just keeps the oil at bay without it looking too powdery, too much. It's not like a mask on my face. And it also has really good coverage. Now moving on to concealers, the Maybelline Fit Me concealer is an absolute disaster. I wouldn't recommend that to anyone unless and until you have very clear skin, you don't really have a lot of dark circles, you want something with very light coverage, and day-to-day usage you would really like it. But if you have even like the lightest amount of dark circles, or you have some pigmentation to mask up, it's just too light and like nothing, it's barely visible on your skin. But I really like their Instant Age Rewind concealer, especially in the shade Butterscotch, which is a perfect match for my skin tone. It has a little bit of peach undertone to it, which cancels out the darkness on my skin, and this works out for me. Like, it's like a love-hate relationship. Sometimes it just gets a little bit too dry, especially during the winter months, but during the summer months it works just fine. It's a little bit nice and easy to blend, but during winter months I find it to be a little bit too matte, too rigid, and almost like paint feeling, where I can't blend it that well. I have so many tubes of these Maybelline concealers, and every single time I don't really get to use them as much, but it is a very nice lightweight day-to-day concealer to use. It gives you just the right amount of coverage, just the right amount of masking up, and it looks really nice. It doesn't look too matte, too cakey, but this applicator is a menace. It will just come off because it's too wet. It might come off. And then this is their newer Maybelline Spot Rescue Concealer. It is full coverage like it mentions, and somehow surprisingly it's not like very dry powdery matte. It's a little bit thick. It gives you the right amount of coverage. It is matte, but it's not like powdery and drying, and it's not sucking out the moisture from my under eye area, which I have on this side. And I did actually happen to powder it down as well, and it still looks really nice. I couldn't powder down the age refined concealer because it's starting to like separate and look very bad, but this side looks so much nicer, so I do recommend this. I got this one in the shade 50, which is a pretty decent match. I could have gone for a shade above this, but I can't see the swatches online, right? So I just have to wing it. Blushes. Maybelline has quite a few blushes, which this is a recent launch, which is the Maybelline Cloudtopia cheek and lip mousse, which I really like. It's quite matte, it is blurring, and it's very easy to blend, and I absolutely love the lasting power of this as well. I got this one in the shade Enchanted Mauve, which is really nice on my skin tone. I really like this one. Now they also have a matte liquid blush. This one is their sun-kissed blush in the shade Berry Brunch, which is a little bit too matte for my liking, especially for a liquid blush. I mean, like, this is something I would use on my lips rather than my cheeks because I find it to be a little bit too matte for my skin type. But you would really like it if you have, again, combination oily and oily skin type. And this shade Berry, it just looks like I'm bruising, so I don't think berry shades are for me. I should probably try out some other shade, but since I've already tried out the formula of this one, I'm not a very big fan of this, but it is long wearing. And I have reviewed these sun-kissed blushes as well. This is more like a highlighter than a blush shade. This was their initial launch, and a lot of people were very disappointed with me for like talking about these products, but it works out for my skin type. It's like a very subtle glow on my skin. It's not something that is extremely wet looking or like glossy looking on the skin, so it's a little bit of a drier highlighter, but it works. I've used these two shades, which is 08 shades on the right side of my face and Electric Bronze 11 on the left side of my face, and I really like it. And then for a metallic highlighter, which you could try out, is this one from the Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is a cult classic. It's like a very intense highlighter. If you're in for those kind of intense highlighter, you would really like it. And I mean, it does have shimmer particles to it. It is intense, but it's not very powdery, not very cakey looking, but it will emphasize any sort of bumps you have on your skin. And this works really well as an eyeshadow as well. It's a beautiful product, but I'm just not into powder highlighters as much these days. And then a powder blush from Maybelline. This one is the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Passionate. I absolutely love this shade, the formula. It's a matte blush, but it's like a very soft matte finish. It's blurring on the skin. I absolutely love this shade and the way it looks on my skin, so I would recommend. I actually got this as a free product, but I'm so glad I did. Look at this shade. It's so beautiful. Moving on to eyes, I don't really like any eyeshadow palettes from Maybelline. I feel like nothing has ever worked out for me that well. But their eyebrow pencil, I have like a hit or miss relationship with this. I feel like it gives you natural looking brows, but it's so hard to get it to show up. Like, you have to apply a lot of pressure, and it gives you like a very subtle brow effect. So if that is what you're looking for, you can try this out. And then their kajal is something I really like. It's very long wearing, it's intense, it's matte, and this is in the shade Striking Navy. Like, just look at that. It's a beautiful blue. I feel like they're not smudge proof, but they do last pretty long on my eyes, and I think I should get a brown next. And then mascaras. Maybelline is famous for its mascaras, and they make one of the best mascaras in the market. So if you wanted to buy an affordable mascara, you can just close your eyes and buy Maybelline because it's that good. My favorite of late is the Maybelline Bubble Colossal Mascara, which I have on this side. It gives really good length and volume, and it's not like very clumpy or flaky looking mascara, and it doesn't flake off my eyes as well. And the other one that I used to love a lot is the Maybelline Falsies Lash Lift Mascara, which I have on this side as well. So you can pick one of it. You don't really have to buy both. Both of it gives pretty much similar effect, but I feel like the hold on this one and like the curl on the bubble mascara is so much better. A mascara I would recommend you skip is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara, which is just a little bit too much of a overhyped mascara in my opinion. It's just very average. It's very powdery, very dry, and it doesn't give me that much of length or volume. With that, we're moving on to the lip products. Maybelline makes one of the best lip products in the market. So I really like their lip liners. These are so good and they have really nice shades. The shade that I have is Let's Bounce, which is a nice warm brown-ish kind of a nude shade. I can just wear this all over my lips and it'll look really nice. And I also have the shade called Cross the Line, which is a deep brown. Now when it comes to this one, this is their Vinyl Ink liquid lipstick. It is a pass for me, even though it's like glossy. If you let it rest on your lips for 10 minutes straight without pursing your lips together, they say it's more long lasting. I just cannot get this one to work. So this is a big skip from my end. No matter how many shades they've launched, I've never tried it out because it's just not my cup of tea. So on the other hand, I really love these Maybelline Ulti-Matte lipsticks. They are not transfer proof, but they are so creamy, pigmented, and the shades in this are so beautiful, especially the shade More Taupe, More Ruby. They are so beautiful on Indian skin tone. You can also try out the shade More Cedar. All of these are really nice and very like complementary to Indian skin tone. I have swatched them completely in a shorts video. You can check it out. And then these lip crayons from Maybelline, these are just like average for me. They are a little bit too shiny. They look a little bit waxy on my lips. I don't really like the feel of this on my lips, so this is a skip. And then the new Teddy Tints are something that I really like. The older one was a little bit too heavy and sticky for my liking. The newer ones are comparatively nicer on the lips, especially the shade Mascara Tear. It's such a beautiful nude shade for Indian skin tone. And then this one is a serum lipsticks. The satin lipsticks and the matte lipsticks are really nice, but I really like the matte lipsticks slightly more than the satin lipstick, especially the shade Avenue and Wildcard. And not to forget the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick. I do really like it, but it is a little bit too drying, but super long wearing, so I like it. If you do want to try out a very long wearing liquid lipstick, you can try out the Maybelline Super Stay Matte. It can be a little bit sticky, it can be a little bit drying straight up, but I don't really mind that when I want my liquid lipstick to last longer. What I don't really like is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss. I know a lot of people really like it, but initially I really like the feel of it. It's very hydrating. It's not very high shine, but it has a decent amount of shine and pigmentation. Like you can wear this just on its own. But when I like took it off, it had so much shimmer particles on my lips that I almost thought I swatched an eyeshadow on my lips. I thought I had some residue on the wipes that got onto my lips. So this was not my favorite. And also not to forget the OG Creamy Matte lipsticks. These are one of my favorite formulations, but they have reformulated it, and these are a little bit more shiny and lot less creamy matte compared to the previous one. So this is like a maybe, but I do really like it and I still do reach out for this so much. So that's pretty much it. If you had to build a full face of Maybelline kit, or you wanted to do your makeup with just Maybelline products, these are the only products I would pick. Tell me your favorite products and which brand should I do next, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.